Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Scoop on K-State, a show featuring leaders of Kansas State University and our efforts to become a next-gen land-grant. It's an honor to welcome our guest today, Dr. Debbie Mercer, Dean of the K-State College of Education. Dean Mercer also just completed service the past 6 months as the university's interim provost and executive vice president. Our new provost, Jesse Mendez, began June 1st following an extensive nationwide search. Thank you, Debbie, for joining us.
My pleasure.
So we're going to begin with something very interesting. For the viewers that don't know, you have an incredibly deep connection to K-State. And I love this about you. You actually hold 4 degrees from K-State. That's incredible. So tell the viewers what degrees those are.
So that is true. I started out in the College of Health and Human Sciences, and I have a bachelor's degree in family and child development. I wanted my elementary education teaching license, and the only way to do that at the time was to complete a second bachelor's degree. So I did that to earn my teaching license. And then I have a master's degree in curriculum and instruction with a focus on language arts and a doctorate in curriculum and instruction also with a focus on English as a second language. So 4 degrees. And I have to tell you, Adam, I felt pretty good about those 4 degrees until you said, I wonder who has the most degrees, and 4 isn't even close.
Well, it's up there, though. 6, we found out, as far as we could tell, there's a few people with 6 degrees from K-State, which is incredible. Because I thought 4 or 5 maybe, the tops, but you're up there.
I take that as I have 2 more degrees that I need to earn at some point in my trajectory.
You can do it. So you joined K-State in 2010, and you were named Dean of the College in 2012. Mm-hmm. What does it mean to serve your alma mater in these leadership roles?
It means a great deal. So I have a deep belief in Kansas State University. As we just joked about, each time I needed to gain knowledge or add skills, K-State was there with the program or the degree that I needed. So this is a special place that I love full well. That's not just a saying. It runs deep in who I am. But this community is special. So beyond the boundaries of the Kansas State University campus, Manhattan is such a welcoming community, and it was hard to leave when I graduated and moved to take that first job. But my ties to the area are even deeper than that. So my mom grew up under what is now Tuttle Creek Lake. So when they put the dam in, my grandparents had to move, and my mom was in 8th grade. I say, thank goodness for Tuttle Creek Dam, because they moved south of Topeka. My mom met my dad and lived happily ever after. But we do have family ties, generational ties to this geographic footprint. So when the water's low, out on the Carnahan Creek side of the lake, you can see the cement steps that went to Mom's old house. So it's kind of a neat tie to the area.
That's pretty neat. You have some pictures of that, I'm sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's incredible. That's pretty neat. So definitely deep-rooted ties to K-State.
Absolutely.
Well, what are your thoughts on serving as interim provost? The difference of role as a dean versus, serving as provost. I'm sure there's key differences, maybe varying components. So maybe for our viewers, kind of walk that through. What are the differences between the two?
So many responsibilities are the same, but there's a difference in depth and breadth. So in the College of Education, I know our programs, I know our curriculum, I know our students have relationships with every faculty member. The provost is that times 9, right, across every college. And so I've had the opportunity to learn about veterinary medicine, agriculture, business. You need to really expand the breadth of your knowledge. So I've had the opportunity to meet so many faculty members that I may have just kind of known in passing and work with them on a different level.
So just get a better understanding of all the different colleges.
Of the entirety of the university, right? And Kansas State is so vast. Our impact is huge. So you take all those colleges times 105 counties where we have faculty and extension agents working, and it really underscored the magnitude of our impact on Kansas, on the nation, and around the world.
Yeah, pretty incredible. And you were sharing one of maybe the challenges was, about a month ago we had commencement. And you shook about 3,000 hands. So
we had about 4,000 graduates and about 3,000 walked across the stage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of handshaking in a short period of time. And I obviously had not done the exercises I needed to on this hand. So some excited students, and that was just a day of joy.
Yep. So now you're wearing just one hat. We'll say just one hat. What can you share about incoming Provost Jesse Mendez? What advice have you given him so far?
Well, the first piece of advice I gave him was buy purple. And he is a fast learner, and it was evidenced because I haven't seen him in anything else, whether that was a Zoom meeting or now that he's been on campus, he's been in purple. And that's symbolic for all of us that are alums that work at this institution, that love this institution, right? It's a sign that binds us together. And it's important. So he has hit the ground running. I think a unique thing about Provost Mendez is that I met with him once a week. The provost and I met with him once a month since he was announced in January. And so he had an immediate deep commitment to learning about the people and the programs and what makes K-State so special and so impactful. So I think that's a wonderful characteristic as he starts out on this provost journey for us.
Yeah, so fortunate to have a leader such as yourself that's been here and kind of help him along the way. So what are your thoughts, K-State being a land-grant college? What does that mean to you, and why is that so important?
So Kansas State is, of course, the first operational land-grant institution, right? We were established in 1863, the year after the Morrill Act was enacted. And land grants are all about access to knowledge and to skills. And so historically, that was in agriculture and mechanics, what we now call engineering. But K-State is so much more than that. It has grown. And so that impact on the middle class and that career-oriented applied learning, take what you're learning and apply it, it permeates everything we do. So I believe in the land-grant mission, and I think Kansas State is unique in how we have held on to that tradition, and I think it's propelling us forward.
Mm-hmm. And part of that, President Linton and the leadership team, along with you, have created a plan for the next gen land grant. Where are we at in this process with that?
So we started out with a university-wide committee. We had a survey, so alumni were invited to share their thoughts. We really wanted that voice. That was important. And what we came up with, I believe, is a very bold set of imperatives to propel us forward. So building on that history that we've had for 161 plus years, what do we need to be for the future? And our focus is really on students as learners. It is on research and that part of our enterprise, and it is on workforce and future needs. So how do our programs really tap into market analysis for what employers need so that we ensure that every student that walks across that stage shaking our hand has a job in the career in which they've been prepared for.
Yeah, and college education obviously plays a big role in that.
We do. So the largest preparer of teachers in the state of Kansas. We have teachers in all 105 counties, so that pipeline from K-State out to schools across the state from border to border is very important. Strong schools are important for every community in our state.
Yep. Let's talk about the College of Education just a little bit. So a couple initiatives, maybe talk about your vision, and then, of course, planned and ongoing renovations.
Absolutely. So I just mentioned that we're the largest. We recommend more teachers for licensure than any other program in the state. But it's important that the college was very flexible in how we prepare teachers. So not everyone that would like to be a teacher and would like a K-State education can be on campus Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:30 to take a class. And so we have programs that are online. We have programs that are face-to-face on campus. We have opportunities for students to weave between those two modalities because that makes sense for them. We have a program for people like me that already had a bachelor's degree. I would have immediately stepped into a master's degree had there been that pathway for licensure. We have that now. It's the largest master's program at K-State, a Master of Arts in Teaching. And it doesn't matter where you are. You can tap into that program because it's fully online. So I think the flexibility, again, of meeting learners where they're at with what they need so that communities have strong schools is a huge part of our mission. And we work a great deal with rural school districts that are struggling for teachers. So special education, the number one area of vacancy, followed by elementary. That makes sense. We have, those are the largest numbers of volume. But then English, math, and science, because every rural school, regardless of size, needs teachers in those three areas. So those have really helped formulate our vision for how we move forward to take care of needs. I think another thing that's special going on in the College of Education right now is a renovation. So for alumni that have been on campus since 1981, Bluemont Hall sits right in the middle of campus. It doesn't look like the rest of the buildings on our campus. It is limestone, I want you to know, smooth cut limestone held on by clips, but it is a unique architectural style. Was built in the late 70s, early 80s. We moved in 1981, and at that time we felt like windows were not energy efficient. So there are very few windows in Bluemont Hall. But earlier this year, we started a major renovation. And so all of our offices focused on student success, recruitment, advising, support services that have been in the basement of Bluemont are moving upstairs to about a 12,000 square foot renovated space with windows.
Wow.
So windows have been the buzz across campus. Oh my, Bluemont is getting windows. So there will be natural light, but there'll be that welcoming kind of front door facing visibility for the college. So we are excited to move in before fall semester.
That's great. Well, I can attest as an alum of the college. Got my master's there.
You are an ed cat.
Yep. I'm an ed cat, so I'm glad to see those renovations. That's exciting.
It is exciting.
So how can our alumni and friends help you reach these goals?
So the first thing I would say is to help us recruit, right? No matter where our alumni live, they're close to a school. And they have access to neighbors, to community members, to people they go to church with, to their own relatives. And we see those students that from a very early age, very young age, we see them with the dispositions that would make a good teacher. They're patient, they explain things, they break things down, they nurture those traits that we want in our teachers. Put that plug in. And when someone says, well, I'm not sure where to go to college, there are number one recruiters across the state, across the world, right? So help us recruit into the profession. Help us recruit to Kansas State.
That's great. Well, I want to thank you for your longstanding support of us, the Alumni Association, and our programs. What event or program coordinated by our team do you find most enjoyable?
So I've been to so many over the years, right? I love Catbacker events, but some of the most special things are bowl games. So as you know, my husband's a former Big 12 football official, and so often he was doing his own bowl, and I would sometimes have to travel by myself. But we love to go to the bowl games. We love to go to the bowl games. And you all do such a fabulous job of bringing people together that converge upon a city, and K-Staters travel so very well. So whether it's the pep rally ahead of time, opportunities to interact, the pregame, that's just like a huge family reunion, right? And they're so fun and so special. So
well, thanks. We have a terrific staff that makes all the magic happen.
You do.
But that's
you do.
I think that's always nice touch. When you can get those those opportunities to get all the alumni together in a special place, like
Absolutely.
a bowl game, for sure.
And we have 2 opportunities ahead of us, right? With the 150th celebration,
Yes.
and then a football game in Ireland. So
Yeah, coming up
looking
down the road.
forward to
25.
both of those.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Speaking of which, the 150th will be in September, so September 27th.
Yes.
Welcome everybody back to the Alumni Center to celebrate, and then of course the Ireland trip in 2025. That'll be
Yes.
a lot of fun.
It will be.
We'll plan to
It
be
will
there.
be.
So this is called the Scoop on K-State. We appreciate you giving your scoop. But now the favorite part of the podcast: what's in your bowl?
So in my bowl is butterbrickle ice cream, and it is fabulous. It's almost a blended up Butterfinger into it, but every bite just bursts with flavor. So I've never had a bad flavor, but this is one of my all-time favorites.
It's good. I have to admit, before we took a little sample, so and it was very, very good. So I'm looking forward to finishing that off for sure.
Absolutely.
So good selection there. So one final question.
Okay.
You've seen my lavender Jeep.
I have.
Thumbs up. What do you think? What do you think?
2 thumbs up, right? So I love the lavender Jeep. I drive a
Yeah.
Jeep, love the lavender Jeep, and I can see you
Yep.
no matter where you're going, blocks away. I think, oh, there goes
There you
Adam.
go. Yeah, you always know where I'm at. Good
I
and
do.
bad. That's
I
great.
do.
Well, thanks
Drive
for,
the speed limit.
well, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Yep. I'm Adam Walker, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association, and I want to thank you for listening to our show. Be sure to catch this podcast with other K-Staters and select that follow button on your podcast app so you'll never miss another episode. On behalf of the K-State Alumni Association staff, we are proud to be your link to campus. We value your ongoing support. And last but not least, go Cats!
Go Cats!